Testing. Oh, my bad. Sending this out here. All right. What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36. And to the hundreds of people who are going to watch this on Twitter, please go to YouTube. I just put the link right there. Mash the like button if you are on the. What kind of profile do I have for my YouTube thing?
Oh, never mind. It's at the cigar lounge.
Oh, it just looks weird on the StreamYard.
Are you were in the pulpit?
I'm not. Listen. Close the doors. Like they found so many cool uses for that. Like I found one where 5 minutes into the Airbnb with you and your old lady, close the door. Close the door. The single mom tells you that the baby's asleep, close the door. Close the door. Like it's the new TD Jakes, the swallowed up, which had a new context when the Puffy text came out and they said that he was a power bottom. Like that's just something I didn't need to, in Jesus' name, did not need to know. But what's going on? It's world. It's your boy at Big Game James _36, and this is Big Games B.S., part of the Media Group, presented by MFTKFoundation.com. The MFTK Foundation is the go-to website for all of the stuff that's going on. Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Orlando, Tampa, Atlanta. I think I won't be in Atlanta. I'll be shipping work to Atlanta. Last year I shipped work to Atlanta. They came down like in the middle of the night. Like my boy Grimes and them drove down, and Omegas did a book bag drop, and they came down. I was like, y'all gonna drive all the way from Atlanta and turn right back around and drive all the way back up. And they're like, yeah. I'm like, all right. Shit's in the back of my truck. Like I said, I'm gonna be asleep. So just don't do nothing crazy to make me to startle me, because if I see a bunch of black people in the back of my truck at 2:00 in the morning, I'm coming out with my shotgun. So just don't wake me up. You're good. Just I want to wake up. I don't want to see the bags in my truck. So but it was all good though. We're gonna do this again. I'm gonna start putting stuff in the 7-on-7. We'll have a whole bunch of other stuff going on with the nonprofit. Good things going. NFL draft next week. Holla at your boy. We're gonna be at the Lemon Bar. I don't know what time I'm gonna be out there. I know apparently I'm doing draft coverage on Thursday and Friday of next week, and I'm cool with Thursday. I'm not happy about Friday. I don't know what the fuck going on Friday, but if Chris gets me credential for the Orlando Boston series, then I'm going to be a lot less complaining. Or if he can get me credential for what's that shit called? The Kentucky Derby, then I probably will be a little bit less angry. But yeah, man. So that's about it, man. I'm going into stuff. Oh, have y'all seen like ChatGPT is taken away for like all the people who used to do graphics designs, man? I really do feel bad for y'all. Like you got to be creative than a motherfucker right now. Like if you create like meme, like not memes, but like ChatGPT made me a whole action figure. Like I said I wanted to be a Boondocks character. I wanted to be a character from I wanted them to make the Boondocks character looks like I'm in what's the Avatar? I look like Uncle like the uncle in Avatar, the big uncle. Like that's what I look like more in that. But nah, man, it's a cool ass thing, man. Like I'm sure this is not great.
Take it away.
But so this is what's scary. And this is where so one of our players, Brian Harris, the 4-star, we talked about him, I think, on Monday's show. That went to Alabama. I said, Brian, what offers do you have? Because I gotta make we gotta make a graphic for Mandarin U. And he was just like, all right, hold on, coach. I'd say opens up ChatGPT. What all offers do I have? And then it shows all of his offers. I'm like, bitch, how the fuck did you ChatGPT? Oh, I use ChatGPT so much. It knows everything about you. I said, son, there are movies that start off like this. Like you are literally going to get, like you're the most hackable person. But you can't tell him. He's smart though. He's also a genius level kid. Like it's annoying, but he is more than likely the smartest person in the room. So outside of that, something that can probably help prevent the aliens or the robots from getting us is prayer. So what a way to start our show off, as we start off every morning with the greatest prayer of all time.
You already know what time it is, dog. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God. God is great. All the time. All the time. Thank you, God. Thank you, God.
It's right there, like he slides another FU in there, dog. You can't tell me that's not an FU that he's saying in there, man. Oh man, shout out to Daryl Jackson, man. Holla at you. You were there, man. I don't want to say y'all slang, and I'm not one of them. But are you a Mason? You say you check in with the lodge. Definitely getting them cats that's out there, man. I know a couple of them. So, but outside of that, what we talking about today? Young Jaden. Oh my God, my bad. Them shits be so. I got them shits be so funny. The fat nigga coin, like it was just like we need to go fat people in space. Like my bad. I'm sorry. I apologize. That shit is like show them what we're talking about, because the guy's voice. This and the AI old school songs. Like I feel like slapping the nigga today. That's a Instagram channel, and like they post like the songs are better than anything that's out right now. So let's see what let's listen to what the fat, like it's like a journey of what the possibilities of being fat can do to you.
Fat nigga riding an orca? How we get out here? That's easy. Fat nigga tech built the big body icebreaker, powered by Henny-fueled nuclear engines. So why Antarctica? Simple. The fat niggas came to find the ice wall and uncover the truth once and for all. Is the earth flat or fat? We out here vibing. Big body kings sliding across glaciers like it's Sunday at the rink. Baby seals getting cradled like newborns. Penguins moonwalking in the Clizzy Puffer. But it ain't all fish sticks and igloos out here. Whale poachers pulled up on some villain shit. Wrong move. These niggas started throwing harpoons, so we threw hands. Fat nigga hell, activate defense mode. Then a narwhal popped out and handled business. Skewered the ops like a polar kebab. Niggas got aquatic alliances out here. Oh shit, what the fuck was that? A UFO coming out the water? Fat nigga Hal linked with the alien craft and downloaded new coordinates. Something big was out there. Something hidden. So we kept pushing. Then finally, the edge of the world. But there was no wall. They said the earth was flat, but they was wrong. This beautiful planet, rounder than a fat nigga. Gold chain orbiting like a satellite. Antarctica conquered, the truth revealed. Now the real question is, where the fat niggas going next? Drop a comment. Hey yo, shut the fuck up. It's fat nigga season.
What's funny is that's two of the most ruthless animals to ever exist. No, the fat nigga and the polar bear. Nah, and the orcas. Like orcas are diabolical, man. And they try. And Coca-Cola got y'all thinking that polar bears are sweet. Nah, brother. Dog. I'm sorry, that was entertaining as hell, man. Like that just because I saw fat niggas in space. It's always like I gotta. The only way you'll be good is if you're like truly creative and you can come up with something. Because like I gotta come up with. I don't know where my mind can go with this, but like I do know the thing that I made. Like it took the M off, and so it's just FTK. It's an FTK hat. Me wearing an FTK hat, man. And I'm like, man, it's already cats already trying to hate on the MFTK. Do you know what MFTK stands for? Yeah.
The problem is it can steal from other people things in a way where like usually those pictures, like those black guys, that's somebody's picture.
I wonder if it's if that guy though. I think like yeah. So like I don't. But then again, it would be funny if that's just some random white person or random Indian that just said, this is funny. And I don't care what anybody says. But just like those like the hip hop things like on IG, it's typically some Indian running that account.
Oh yeah.
It's never a black person. So shout out to the Indians though. I ain't got no quarrels with y'all. But yeah, so all right, what we got, Jaden?
All right, good morning. Wednesday, April 16th, 10:08 a.m. Here for another episode of Big Games B.S. Bring the good, the bad, and all the BS in the sports world. You know we got to start out with some FSU news. Something crazy happened with the transfer portal and a wide receiver we're going to touch on. Then we're going to touch on a baseball recap score, some women basketball news coming from FSU. Next, we're going to talk about Miami, talk about Albany State's facilities, and then going to talk about the Colorado retirement situation with Travis and Shador. Then we're going to update you guys on Nico, Iamaleava, and some new NCAA lawsuits. Next, transition to the NFL, starting home with the Jags. They had a press conference yesterday, and Liam Cohen released this statement about his receiving core that we're going to dive into. Talk about Jalen Ramsey, a NIL null in the league, and him parting ways with the Dolphins. And another NIL, Jameis made a funny video. Talk about some more players, and then some more infographics as well. Then we're going to move on to our Big Games BS segment. Highlight baseball for a little bit and talk about the OGs with our OG Wildland segment. But we're going to leave the show off with a good note. So first things first, I'm going to share this with you, James. If you guys were not aware, FSU wide receiver Jordan Scott enters the transfer portal after one semester with the program. If you guys didn't remember, he was getting compared to Johnny Wilson. Same height, 6'7", tall, lengthy frame. James, what are your thoughts about Jordan entering the transfer portal after only one semester with the program?
So, I know a lot about this situation. I didn't get this from practice. So again, like I said, as a guy who I know, so he was picked up, and and this is why I tell y'all, stop this. Like, all right, we don't have to hype, and we don't like. Sometimes we can just say, man, you know what? Fuck it. I don't really know nothing about this person. Styles make fights. Coaches like what they like, and this kid caught 8 passes in the spring. And I think he just wasn't. I think he was what Norvell liked and what he felt was going to be like. But I don't necessarily know if his wide receiver coach was the most excited about having him there. Big receiver, doesn't move the greatest. Is okay. But you got Deuce Robinson, who moves better. And he's 6'6". So, like, you're talking about, it's not that much of a difference. He was, I think he was the top wide receiver from out of JUCO. But even when we go back, and we love Johnny Wilson. Johnny Wilson did his thing for us. But Johnny Wilson had, I believe, and Jocko S. Green brought this up to me. He wasn't hating. Because Jocko S. Green ain't like a lot of the UF dudes. He's about as real as they come as a coach. He's like, he had 6 games that he dominated. Like, bitch, he's like, when he was talking about leaving, he's like, your ass need to come back. Like, and you're not healthy. So it's like, if you cannot create, you don't need 2 wide receivers out there that cannot create separation unless you got Keon Coleman. And he can make every fucking catch. So, like, that's kind of where it kind of comes down to. But I do know that there was a push, and there'll be a lot of guys that you're, oh my God, I had such high hopes. Why? Why did you have high hopes for him? Like, because he was tall, and somebody in a recruiting service said he was the best JUCO. JUCO is a land of misfit toys, man. Like, it works and it doesn't work. Was it Corey Sorensen? I think is his name. Do you know who that is? A lot of y'all don't know who he is. He was number 1 JUCO wide receiver, like when Bobby was there, like in that 07, 08 era. And shit didn't work. Like, just vibe. Like, I keep trying to tell y'all with recruiting, you're not going to remember most of these guys' names when it's all said and done. That is what it sounds like. Like, man, I had a teammate. So I had 2 teammates. I had a couple of teammates. Nate Hardage. How many of y'all know who the fuck Nate Hardage is? I'm gonna wait in the comments for this. You can Twitter, Facebook, anything. Who knows who Nate Hardage is? Tell me your memories of Nate Hardage. If you don't know, just say you don't know. I would appreciate it. I want to know who the fuck knows who Nate Hardage is. I came up with a statement the other day in the coaches meeting. The only reason I know who some of these people are is because I played with them. Nate Hardage was like the number 1 linebacker in the nation out of JUCO. I believe he came out of, it was either that during that time it was Hines, Jones, and what's the one out of Kansas? Yep. So again, he went to Jones Community College. Jones Community College was like one of the best JUCOs. He was that guy. He came in my class. He was an 02. You don't know who Nate Hardage is. You should know who Chauncey Stovall is. Chauncey Stovall was really, really good. But even Chauncey's not like one of those names that you're going to like icon. Like Chauncey was that guy. It just didn't work out with him. We had PK. We had a bunch of other stuff. I believe if Wyatt Sexton didn't go fucking crazy my senior year, Chauncey would have probably been, would have had a better senior year. Who else? Chauncey Davis. Chauncey Davis played in the league, was really good. I'm going to use Chauncey because, bro, like you said the longest yard?
Yeah.
Bro. Longest yard. What was the gridiron game? All of that shit, dog. I took a chicken tender off of Chauncey's plate in Miss Betty's to study the chow hall place. Where we get free fucking food. It's unlimited. Chauncey ate like this. Like, hey, brother. Like, dog, like they're not gonna hurt you here. They won't take your food, bro. Like we can go get as much as you want, bro. Look, you can go up as many times as you want. Like it felt Chauncey ate like they gave him like the little square trays with the little things in the slop, and the only thing good on it was the cake. Like Chauncey had commissary in his room. Like he had the Zuzus and Wham Whams and all that other shit. Like JUCO, like bro, like shit. Why? Like, but the thing is you don't know who's traumatized, and you don't know who's going to be successful coming out of it. So I always tell people, like, just you don't know who's going to be successful in high school and who's not, because like who they played against, all of this stuff. There are some guys that you know will translate. Jeremiah Smith is really good. We all knew he was going to be good. If Bryson's not good, I will be fucking shocked if Bryson doesn't perform well in college. Most people are like, all right, they may be good, they may not be good. But it does look mad wild, though, that guy you just brought in. like he ain't been there. He ain't even unpacked yet. And they told him, get your ass out of here. Okay, I'll put it like this. I am willing to bet money that he did not put himself in the transfer portal. Like, whatever you want to put out, if a coach, if because you know sometimes they get mad. I'm not reporting about anything. I'm just telling what I know. That motherfucker didn't put himself in the transfer portal. But I'm cool because I don't know what he would have done. I personally don't think he was that much better than what we have. Boggs is that motherfucker, though. The kid we got from Coco. I don't know why it took so long for us to recruit him. And like that, thank God UCF fucked up the bag on that one.
Next, before we dive back into a related topic with that, we're going to move on with some score updates from baseball. So, who we put the BTA on the USF Bulls 19-0, and man, nothing much to say, but keep doing y'all thing. Seminoles currently ranked 7th, and hope that number keeps going and
I
going
started
up.
thinking to myself, what did UCF do to make the nigga that mad? like this was like USF or Florida State. Let me see it. Go back to it. Oh yeah, that's the baseball. That's the baseball logo. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
It does look like a snake.
it's supposed to be the spear, a curved spear, but yeah, it does look like a snake.
Next, on Monday, the WNBA draft occurred, and for FSU, one of our players got drafted. Huge shout out to Michaela Timpson. She was drafted 19th overall in the 2nd round, and she's going to be joining the one, the only Caitlin Clark. So she's going to have Caitlin on her team, but this is the video of when she found out she got drafted, and man, it's great to see this.
The 2025 WNBA draft is in. The Indiana Fever selecting Michaela.
So what's crazy about these things right here is it's not genuine.
What?
No, what I mean is like she already knows she's getting picked at that point.
Okay.
Like they call you before it's a tape delay. You have to wait until like I don't want the hi. This is Coach such and such from Indiana Fever. Are you ready to be the Robin to Caitlin Clark? All right, let's get you in there. We're gonna submit the pick. No, I want to see the part when she got the phone call, the tears, the coming over. Give me the raw emotion. But the crazy part is though, is there's not a lot of WNBA teams and there's a lot of women players, and she's probably not gonna make the team. Second round draft picks don't make the NBA team. That's why I'm so shocked about the LeBron shit, the Bronny shit. Like first round picks get cut. like unless you're like top 5 guys don't. But like it will help the league. It will mess up their money, but it will help the league. They need more teams. If they have more teams, you'll be able to keep more players. You can build more storylines with guys. You can have a Gilbert Arenas if you have more opportunities for them to get better, like the female version of Gilbert Arenas.
Huge shout out to Michaela. Hopefully she puts the work in, keeps grinding, make that team, and hopefully gets to play alongside one of the league's up and coming brightest stars, Caitlin Clark. Now in the female basketball world, we got a new signing for our program. Shout out to Emma Rish from Florida. So she's back home. Recently
Brevard
played
County.
at Notre Dame. So a 6'1" guard. Happy you're part of the program back home in Florida. So huge shout out to you. Wishing you.
Yeah, that's why I just like. Oh. Have you seen this white man
Dang.
that does the things about them? Like he does the smash or pass, but he does it with a whole bunch of different things. He does it with the he did a WNBA edition, and he has a board with the teams that like have the most smashable players. It's just, I know it's gonna get traction, and it's some of the ones that he's willing to smash. I mean, like, yeah, like, you know, but he gives reasons. And then some of the ones that he's passing on, he's like, well, I just know her laugh is annoying. And I'm a pass on it.
Okay, so he tries, but it's still a sexist click.
Oh, it's very sexist. I don't know what women want. We're not watching WNBA because of your skill sets.
Yeah.
We're watching WNBA for the same reason that most women who don't know shit about basketball watch the NBA.
Right.
We're watching it for the same reason. I had a chick say when I was playing, I love when y'all wear wear white pants and it rains.
That's wow. A man can't say
A
that.
man can't. The thing is, the world would be a better place when women start embracing the fact that, bitch, we like women. Everybody likes a pretty woman, and can't nobody get mad at a woman for liking a handsome man.
We're all watching it for the fashion show.
Like, I am not watching. Like, again, it's cool that they can do drills, but I'm not watching the WNBA for Brittany Griner, whose voice is deeper than mine. Brittany Griner look like she could play for the Golden Skin Warriors. Like, that ain't why I'm watching it, dog. Like, you can lie to yourself and say, I'm watching it because she blocked shots. No, I'm not watching it because of that. I was watching it because of Candace Parker in the beginning, and I just thought Candace Parker should be forced to procreate with somebody so that we can have a super Negro. But now we know she likes to, and she procreated with, I knew she liked women and only like women because she procreated with the ugliest dude. But it was good genes, though. He was like on that Kentucky basketball team that had some cats. But like, she could have, like, we needed her to like breed with LeBron or something. But like, if we get Kevin Durant and Brittany Griner, like, Brittany Griner owes America one kid. I think that should have been the only way they free. Like, if I'll free you. How much do you want your freedom? Like, I will fight for your freedom. We would negotiate with the Russians. Okay, what do I need to do, Mr. President? You've got to procreate with Kevin Durant. And I don't want the Petri dish. We got to make sure it sticks. We needed we needed the old-fashioned way. Or, you know, we can't make you do it in a Russian prison. We got to set the mood. But if you don't give us a baby, we'll just send you back over there for free. Put a bracelet on her until she does it. Until she commences to give me a baby for the United States baby. Like, like, this is what Russia used to do. Germany used to do, like, Eastern Bloc babies. Breed them and we'll raise it. It'd be a GI baby. Anyways, what you got next?
So we're going to circle back to the football topic we were talking about with one of the ops in the state of Florida, the Big Three. So Miami. So there's some transfer portal news coming out of the U we going to talk about. Miami safety Zaquan Patterson plans to enter the transfer portal, and he appeared in all 13 games as a true freshman for the Hurricanes, totaled 19 tackles and 3 pass breakups, and he immediately becomes one of the top DBs in the portal. Now, to jog your memory a little bit, David Lake wrote an article about FSU not developing guys before the Patterson commitment. Kids end up committing to Miami and is transferring out a year later. Just phenomenal stuff. I want to quote what David Lake said. Quote, "This is year 4 of the Mike Norvell tenure, and 16 of the projected 22 starters for the Seminoles are transferred. Talented true freshmen will play under Mario Cristobal at Miami. That's a message UM hopes will land with David Stone and Zaquan Patterson in the lead up to their commitments. Now, James, what are your thoughts on Zaquan Patterson entering the transfer portal, and what are your thoughts on David Lake having to bite his own words with this recent transfer with only 1 year in the Miami uniform?
Oh, that's funny. KJ Raw for this. They say Zaquan has a hard time. He doesn't cover very well. That was one of his weaknesses, but he's also a freshman, so like you can fix those things, hopefully. Miami media does a great job of not giving a fuck. They say a lot of words. They just put stuff out and don't care if it's right or wrong. They're going to keep putting stuff out, and they're going to keep making excuses for it. Like in the same breath that they're saying that, like David Lake wrote that article. And you know what? They wrote an article for a few months, how Miami has to use the transfer portal in order to get their team to where they need to be at. And I applaud them. Like they're gonna just say whatever they want to say and move the goalpost. And just say, well, it's the U. And it's effective. They're getting everybody. They're in it for everybody. They write like Miami recruits. And that's about it, man. Yeah, I don't really, like I said, I don't like it, but that's just what they do. I mean, kudos to them. Like they're gonna go get all. They're looking. They're like we're gonna win with Carson Beck, but we also need to shop a quarterback in the spring transfer portal window. Like how many fucking quarterbacks you got nickel. You got the dude. What's the dude with the 1-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio that he had that now they don't like? Judd Anderson. But then they'll say Florida State got to recruit a quarterback for us to believe them. You haven't won with a quarterback that you've recruited. But I love it because they don't care and they're going to bring in the best talent regardless. It's unsustainable for Florida State to use the transfer portal. It's sustainable as hell for Miami to use the transfer portal. Oh, because they recruit high school kids, but them bitches hit the transfer portal in a year. They're also coming Miami's the same fan base that say Daryl Jackson isn't any good. But you know, they're actively going after Daryl Jackson right now. Actively going after Daryl Jackson. Actively, but while Bain is trying to leave. Well, no, Bain got his bread up. They upped the bread on Bain. I had a phone call yesterday about a lot of this shit, and it's just again, it's a wild. It's wild because the coaches make it wild. So,
we're gonna highlight an HBCU right here. That HBCU is Albany State. This is on the timeline. Wanted to share it with you all. Man, look at this. So Quinn Gray Sr. posted, quote, "With limits being set on the D1 level, don't limit your possibilities thinking you're too good for D2 football. Opportunities are just that. Take advantage of yours. Transfer portal opens tomorrow. Don't get left out waiting for bigger when bigger isn't coming." Just want to... Yeah, definitely not the most optimistic, but I just wanted to...
I mean, Quinn a real one, dog.
Yeah.
That's where my kid goes. That's where my 20, Tion Weiss goes. And they got a squad. They doing some good things there. Like it's a good little atmosphere. That's a nice weight room.
It's a very nice weight room, yeah.
Like, shoot. I'm gonna be honest with you. Most of y'all don't have fuck the talent. You don't have the mentality to be in D1 or Power 4. Yeah, Charles. That was my fault too. Charles Walker they almost got him out of there because they tried to recruit their white quarterback that used the N-word. Yes, but there's context to everything, man. He was, but that's when he lost his scholarship when they dropped it. Remember the one we did the whole talk about it? Like we did a show about it. He was rapping a song from the quarterback. He was a quarterback at Reigns who is now a rapper, a famous local rapper. And was it B dot? K dot?
J dot.
J dot. One of them letters. And J dot, I guess, starts all of his songs, something like that or whatever. And like, I don't know who his friend was, but like, Denny called and Denny was talking to me. Denny knows there's something I don't do. But I was going to help the kid, right? And I actually thought this was the best. This is where I get confusion about black people. We're mad at, it's not that people say the N-word. When black people say the N-word, we're talking to anybody. When white people say the N-word, you're talking to black people. Like, it's literally inherently racist most of the time.
Right.
Except for when the country music singer did it, because he was talking to white people and he was using it in the right context. That person was being a bitch ass nigga to him, and it was on site. Y'all don't realize Deion was looking at him at Jackson State. If Deion didn't, so that year, Deion left Jackson State to go to Colorado. Deion was going to take him at Jackson State. And then he left to go to Colorado, and you have a 4-star Elite 11 quarterback that's there that hangs with nothing but black people. Like, he's literally a wigger. And FAMU entertained it. Bethune-Cookman entertained it. But then when they saw what happened with Quinn, oh, they were like, oh, man. Like, Quinn had to go on a whole apology tour. And he's at West Florida right now, probably about to start. And you know, everybody forgot it. But you only remember it when it's time for him to potentially go play pro. For singing a rap song. The beginning of a rap song at that. Why would you give up? I've never seen them give up money for something so benign. It's a scholar, like, man. But if he would have went there, Albany State would be winning right now. They would have won the SIAC. It was an SIAAC or something, whatever that fucking shit is called. But but want to invite people to the cookout. This is a kid who was at the cookout, wants to come to the cookout. Anyways, man, like, oh, this is just wild, bro. Like, this shit, but when Quinn has got a good thing going over there. Quinn gave my running back from Mandarin the only fucking scholarship he got. And you know what this kid went out to do? Be the SIAC player of the year. He scored a touchdown in damn near every game they played in multiple different ways. Kickoff return, catching the ball out of the backfield, running it. Like, a kid that led the state of Florida in rushing yards and points scored with no offers because he was $175. But went out to Albany and crushed it, dominated, and do all of this different stuff. Like I'm sitting here just like, yo, I saw him on Thursday at FSU's practice. You ever tell somebody their whole life that you've known them, hey man, you're too skinny. You're too skinny. You need to eat. You need to eat. And then they finally listen to you and you're like, hey man, you ate too much. Like when I saw him, look like, hey man, you puffy right now, bro. Like, you need to go fucking lose some weight. Shit, son. Like, you gave that freshman 15 at the wrong time. Last time I saw you, you were too skinny. Now you're too big. But, you know, I tell people all the time, I use it more for scientific purposes when I'm doing this show. Now, you see me off of this show, I use a lot, depending on where I'm at, I use a lot of colorful language. I know what words I can't use. Now, the one thing you'll never hear me talk about because I'm afraid of them and the transmissions is I never use you juice, stereo, whatever the words are. I don't even know them. I didn't even realize, but that's what made me realize how badass Michael Jackson was. Michael Jackson dropped it in the song. And the They Don't Care About Us. I'm not, I just go listen to it and you see he dropped it. And I'm never going to call somebody in a recorded session the hard F word. I'm saying in a recorded session, a hard F word. I'm not going to stereotype you because I always tell people being gay is not a disability. You can get your ass fucked up by somebody like that. I also use context. I don't want to blow somebody's a kid's entire life up because of that.
Especially when there was no malicious.
Yeah, like he wasn't saying like. Now I will say this at the LSU tailgate in Baton Rouge, we'll do it at the Alabama tailgate. It's the new national anthem. It should be, even though he's a punk. But if Francis Scott Key can have the national anthem and it would be have bars in there about slavery and he was a fuck boy, this fuck boy could have the new national anthem because I've seen it unify everybody. No. Dreams and Nightmares is the most unifying song on the planet. And when we played it, I didn't know the impact of the power until the LSU tailgate because we was jamming. Boom, boom. It looked like a mosh pit under Poitras. Like everybody was getting active. And then the DJ, is this what they've been waiting for? You ready? And I saw white frat boys from their heart. Like they been through this shit. Like they felt Meek Mill. I don't know what they felt and how they, but I used to pray for times. Like, one was crying. But then, and I was watching. I was looking. And when the N-words came, they self-edited. Like you would see them, like you would hear the words and it.
If I had to do that, I wouldn't listen to rap. I just give up.
It's a lot, man.
Yeah, it's too much.
And it was just like, I'm sitting there looking. I just gave that one some moonshine. You better not say that word. I was looking. I was waiting. We gonna stomp your ass out. I'm talking, but it was so passionate. I really believe that if you're using it in the proper context, maybe some leeway should be used a little bit. Like it wasn't like, but if you call me that word, I can see people getting mad about it. But like, I want to be able to imagine, like, because we going to war soon, people. I hate to tell you this. I don't know when. I can't predict it. But we going to need some YNs and some YCs.
Y'all going to war.
I'm not going. I'm too old. I'm good. I'm good. And I'm not going to hold you. I'm going to make sure my kids don't go to war either. Or if we go, we're going to make sure that the path is so easy that, I'm sorry. Y'all white people might not believe in privilege. Privilege exists, and I have it in some aspects. I'm gonna use the fuck out of my privilege. Y'all can deny your privilege. I won't, but I use my privilege to help other people. But I want to see a helicopter come by. And like, if you've seen Apocalypse Now, Jade, I may have to write a list of movies that that you gotta like watch just to. You should have it. They're older than you, older than me, but you should watch them. Apocalypse Now, they would be going like da 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 da. Like they would play the music when they were coming to the storm of beach. But the one captain would only take places where there was good surf because he had one of the best surfers in his unit, and he will force him. They would clear the area to force him to go surf. But I want to come in. Ain't this what they've been waiting for? You ready? I used to pray for like, or when they doing the new war movies, when they have like the rolling credits, when they have like the planet. Is this what they've been waiting for? You ready? Like so that, and then start a war movie off with that. But anyways, that YN though should have had an opportunity to go to Albany State though. Who is that? Oh, my dog. All right. You did you see that we done with the Florida State stuff? Are we going to other things? Charlie Ward just got they're saying Charlie Ward is going to be FAMU's new basketball coach. I can promise you they don't got to worry about nothing. Charlie ain't lead. Charlie will be FAMU's basketball coach for the next 20 years if they let him. I have never seen a man like Charlie Ward is the most humble. You know people who arrogant for no reason? Charlie Ward is humble for no reason. Like, I still to this day, I asked Charlie, are you aware that you're Charlie Ward? I was like, because he don't move like Charlie Ward. Like, you'll come, like P-Dub, my dog. P-Dub's a whole fucking movement, dog. And it's not like he's trying. When Dub Dub is the only person that makes me invisible. Like, people don't see me when Dub is around at Florida State. Kid you not, I have literally walked. Big game, what's up? Hey, you doing, man? Shaking hands on the sideline. Hey, man, what's going on? I'm walking with Dub. Nobody sees me. Hey, Dub, Peter. Like, hey, here, take this picture. I'm like, man, bitch, I look like his photographer. Charlie, I can walk with Charlie and people notice me, which they should not, because Charlie's like, hey, how you doing? I'm Charlie Ward. Biggest Christian I've ever seen in my life. I feel uncomfortable cursing around Charlie. It's like a super respect thing for Charlie. Like, I think Charlie won't go for it. Like, Charlie they say the average Heisman Trophy winner can command $10,000 or more for a speech. Like, the Seminole Club here was like, do you think we got to get him like $2,000? I was like, bitch, that's Charlie motherfucking Ward. You better pay him that. Like, that. Do y'all know who he is? Like, they'll pay somebody else more than they'll pay Charlie. But Charlie going over there, I love the hire for Charlie, but can I be truly real? I don't believe you hire a high school coach with no college experience to coach a college basketball team. Like, I think this is really a lot different. Like, I don't. But kudos to Charlie though. Like, it's kind of weird because, like, I call Kez and I tell him, Kez going to high school. Charlie, and I'm also mad because Charlie coaches my high school. But, like, you know, and they won a state championship with Charlie. And they've been consistently to the Final Four. Charlie's good people. I think FAMU fucked up not doing right by the guy who was just there. But I do believe they got some better stuff going on.
Moving on from that, we're going to give a little highlight. James sent this to the group chat, so I just wanted to post it, but I just thought this was hilarious. R.I.P. Mike Leach, or we miss Mike Leach. Mike Leach was talked down from lining up a little person in the backfield and then throwing them over the line of scrimmage in short yardage situation, the new 3rd and short. Other than the optics of doing this, somebody asked, why wouldn't this be allowed? And logistically, shouldn't it work?
How far can you throw a little person?
I think Vita Vea could definitely.
I'm not going to hold you. I sent this to our group chat with coaches, and there's 3 kids at Mandarin right now that I'm like, we could do this with. Well, I said 2, but there's 3. One of them actually has gotten smaller because he's like toned up. He's not as chunky. I'm gonna have you bring Trey out. I'm gonna have you come to summer workouts with Trey, and I'm gonna show you the kid who they all thought was my son. Because like him and Trey next to each, they're the same. Like, he's tall. Trey might be taller than him now, and they both have the hair. His hair is a little. He does more to his hair, so his hair is a little straighter. But like, they look like they could be like brothers though. And he lost. I saw him yesterday. I was like, oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Like, we put him, he could play varsity. He could be our third and short goal line play. The only problem, well, because the rules state you cannot jump unless somebody is coming at you. The rules do not state that you cannot be thrown in high school. And our stronger guys could probably take and toss them a little bit.
Like, there's no leverage. You're going to have to.
But they got to go with you.
You're going to have to grab them by the crotch and shirt. Where do you grab?
Well, no, you don't have to, because as a guy who's done partner stunning with cheerleading, you grab the waist. And as long as the person that you're throwing is under control and doesn't like start moving wild, you could talk. You could fling a bitch. Like, one thing I say about this, dog. Hey, shit. I just said I don't say that word.
You gotta
man, them you can call them fruity booties all you want, dog. But them some strong motherfuckers, the male cheerleaders.
Oh yeah, they're basically gymnasts.
Like, bruh, like, all right, so shit. Real big game story right here. So my senior year, there was no early enrollees then. I did not really play I wasn't going to play any spring sports. I didn't want to run track. I did weightlifting just because I was good at it. I had no technique. I was just stronger than a motherfucker. I dated the captain of the cheerleading team. They did not have any male cheerleaders for competition. So for competition, what I was told was you go to Daytona for 4 days. They stay on the beach. They feed you. They do all of this stuff. So my mind said, wait a minute. I get to go on a trip with my girlfriend to Daytona? And somebody gonna pay for it? And I get to be around all these women? And I can throw these women around? And by nature, you mess up with the stunts. So you get a little touch of a booty every now and then. And a vagina might fall on your shoulder. Literally fall in your lap. That's not the vagina that I'm consistently getting. And this wasn't even with my daughter. And I got, and I can excuse it because my daughter's mother is going to be somewhere else, who was a grown-ass woman at that time. I was by the legal definition, I was groomed. 7 years older than me. She knew what she was doing. I knew what I was doing. That's why I don't have as much sympathy, because I've been outside for a minute. So I'm saying all that to say, I learned how to partner stunt. Like we had something like one girl, Cherie, like, okay, KJ Smith. Y'all know who KJ is? Does anybody know who KJ Smith is? She is she's the one of the leads, the leading character, the main characters in the was it not Sisters? What's that shit called? Is it Sisters? Yeah, it's Sisters. I went to high school with her. She was a cheerleader. She was one of the cheerleaders. She been fine since she was in 8th grade, since I met her. There's a girl who I know, Cherie. Cherie's still fine. Cherie was one of the girls that I had to throw up. Cherie had a big old booty. Well, in comparison, early 2000s big booty. I don't know what the fuck these booties are now. They're out of control. But like, I'm sitting there like, and then I learned. And then when I got to Florida State, you know how so when I got to Florida State, my god brother's gay, Jarrell. Like DJ Little Boy is T-Pain DJ. If you in Tallahassee, you know DJ Little Boy. That's my god brother. His brother Jarrell. He been gay. He cried gay. He been gay since he came out the womb. We knew that. When he came out, we were like, what were you waiting on? Like, you ain't got to tell us nothing. We already know this, dog. So, but Jarrell would tell them, that's my guy brother right there. Yeah, he know how to stunt. And I had a girl say, come here, baby. It was a little light. I forgot her name. Like Jarrell was the best point guard in the nation. Got to get you a gay cousin, dog. Because he can he can pass you them chicks that he know that he's the best friend with and make sure that they know he covers your ain't shit for you. Y'all don't be thinking with like y'all be afraid of these gay men, but y'all don't understand how to utilize the game. You got to know how to work it. You got to work because even especially if you medium handsome or you kind of ugly, like they can help block some of the ugliness that they see in you by making you seem better than what you are. So like y'all be like, again, even with Jarrell, they like, hey man, you see that hard F over there? Like, man, I'm like, man, what y'all talking about? Hey man, chill out, dog. Chill out. That's my cut. That's my family, dog. You can't be calling them no hard F's in front of me. I'll fuck you up over Jarrell. And I had my mom was like, why would you claim him? I'm like, Mom. Well, no, because she was like, you in a situation, machismo, like they're going to pick on you, right? But what I'm saying is,
the right thing to do. Like, I don't even. When your mom tells you, you're like, well,
I didn't do it because it was the right thing to do, though. Here's why I did it. I did it because imagine me not saying something and we running out of the tunnel and he's like, hey, James, how you doing? Now they're going to really question, like, why is he so happy to see you and why is he smacking when he talking to you? So I'm just like, yo, nah, man, that's Jarrell, them my peoples. And Jarrell came through. So I took one of the girls right in front of the Moore Center. I grabbed her by her hips. Boom. Oh, shit, hold on. I can't do it now. I got bad wrists. But you hear, boom, grab them by the hips, toss them up, catch right here. And you sink your hips, and then you come up, and then you sink your hips down. You extend them like this. Basically, that's all it is. And you can like flip them, boom, you can catch them with one hand. You got to have a lot of stability. But the girl or the person has to be secure. It's also a long way to go down. And they be falling and shit. And then like it's all kinds of stuff. We learn how to do the little not the bridge, little not trampoline. I don't know what they call catapult. But like you take your wrist and you clock them and boom, they put their foot right in the middle, toss their ass up. I'm saying all that to say is this is how you can go and we can just get a big fruit and have him toss the little motherfucker. But the point is you can't toss a 250-pound running back. They gotta be like a buck. Like that's why he specifically said a little person. So like you gotta, because you know it has to be by the waist, and you gotta flick them. You gotta get your hips back. And you gotta throw it in there, and they gotta like at the same. It's gotta be like a little jump with it, and they gotta. And they gotta say, and they gotta, you know, so like when you lifting, people don't realize you have to say something like that helps. So they gotta be like, wee. They gotta be. we got two kids, but then I forgot Toby's nephew is small too. So he's growing, but he's small too. So I was like, oh my man, we got three that we can just put there and just toss. And that could be like, that's a story, right? People don't want to admit this. But like, that would be an incredible story to be able to tell years later. Right. Like, I swear, like tell Dad, you didn't play football, Dad. Dad, you're 5'1". Let me come here, laddie. Because they all like, you know, we all know the most like you if you're a little person and have never played an elf or never played a what the little Irish thing, a leprechaun, then what are you really doing in life? But like you come here, little laddie. Let me tell you this story. It was the state championship game. It was 4th and 1 on the goal line. The game was on the line. We were down by 5. We needed this touchdown. Our starting running back blew his knee out and got tackled on the 1 yard, on a half-inch line. And coach says, come here. This is what we're going to do. Everybody huddle up. All right. Barrington. know what midgets' names are, but I just feel Barrington Bear would be a good midget name. Oh, who's the dwarf? The dwarf from Game of Thrones. No, what's his name on Game of Thrones, though? Tyrion. That's it. Tyrion. Lord Tyrion, come here. Because at this point, it could be, if I had a midget, I'd call him Lord Tyrion. Because that's the most famous midget. But Peter Dinklage is dope. And he would get mad if we called him a midget because not because he's short. Midgets have just the big heads and then their bodies aren't proportional. He's proportional. So like it's something that they call him. I forgot what it was. But come here, Lord, come here, Tyrion. And then Tyrion comes in, he waddles in because none of them run like well. They have to waddle. And he says, it was the play. I got in my stance. It was a direct snap, and they gave it to me. And then I got picked up by the quarterback, and he ran to the line, and he did a penultimate step, boom, and he flung me from the hip, and I said, wee, and I flew over, and the defense was so shocked, and they all stopped, and they all looked at me. And then I scored, and the referees didn't know what to do. They huddled around. And then after about 5 minutes, game. Mandarin Mustangs win the state championship. It'll be dope, man. At least I think it would be dope. Oh, side note, and Jen Googled this, so nobody thinks I'm lying. I'm king of useless history. They had to ban this in the state of Florida. They used to have midget tossing. You used to be able to pay midgets to be able to throw them. And like they had to stop this because it was discriminatory. But I think in this new economy, if women can make OnlyFans without even trying to be successful at anything in life, like bitch, you got an OnlyFans at 21. Did you even attempt to do anything before you just decided to be a whore? Like, I think midgets should be able to be tossed if they want to be tossed in safe places. Yeah, I mean, don't just throw them into the. I told you, man. I didn't realize that it was so recent. Right. I could toss a midget up until I was 4 years old. Yo, that's wild, man. Yo, I did not know there was a Little People of America. I didn't know somebody really tried to repeal this ban in 2011. But I do want to go see just in case, I don't know if you want to see. I know what I'm going to be doing Christmas Eve. There's a midget strip show. And I just want to see the little people, man. I want to help the little people. There's a midget cabaret more than the strip show that they're already promoting. It'll be in Jacksonville, so I'm gonna go check out that. One of my friends tagged me in it, and I said yes, I got to be there. So, anyways, that was shout out to Mike Leach, RIP. Mike Leach was always an innovator, and I think we missed a great opportunity to make, like, you got a dude trying to make football inclusive to LGBTQTCBYs. Why can't we make it inclusive to little people? This could literally get them as a part of the game. And I think we're missing a great opportunity.
Funny that you mentioned great opportunity. We're going to be transitioning to Boulder, locating our topic to the state of Colorado. James, Colorado is retiring Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter's jerseys this Saturday, April 19th, on their black and gold day. Now, there's some notable players from other colleges, such as Tim Tebow, who don't have their jersey retired, but Shedeur and Travis are getting this recognition for their impact on the program. So what are your thoughts about these two players getting their jersey retired for the Colorado Buffaloes?
Travis did win the Heisman, so I can see that. You brought up like Cordell Stewart, Eric Bieniemy, there's a lot of notable Colorado players that haven't had their jerseys retired. One of the benefits of having your dad have a lot of control and people being prisoners of the moment. But like, I don't really have like when they say retire, like nobody can ever wear those numbers again, I'm assuming. Because like nobody can wear number 2 at Florida State because Dion, without Dion's permission. Who are the highest draft picks in Colorado history? Yeah, but he was a second round. I just remember we calling him the Black Russian. Because we already know Travis isn't getting drafted higher than 5. They had, I'm trying to think of all the top running backs they had. Nope, they will not be. Like that is false. Bo Matthews was the highest ever drafted player. And I lied. Byron White, 1938. We won't count that. Yeah, that was before black people were allowed. Bo Matthews, number 2. JV Kane, number 7. Mark Haynes. Michael Westbrook, dope, number 4. So those will be, high. That's what I was trying to think. It was Rayshawn Salam is who I was trying to remember. Like Rayshawn Salam was dope. And he was there? I didn't even like it. Again, very talented players. Doesn't bother me. I won't lose any sleep.
Rashawn Salam was a 21st overall pick.
Okay, well, yeah, they'll be higher. But no, I was saying more so Rashawn Salam was really good. Like in Colorado. And I don't, man, whatever, man. Dion, do whatever you feel is best for your program. At this point, that's your program. It's not a law, right? So, like, when I come in, if I'm the new Colorado coach and I want somebody to wear number 2, I'm going to do it. But it does go back to my point. We all know he hates Shiloh. This just further proves he hates Shiloh. Like, why can't my number get retired, Daddy? Man, it's all good, man. But the Dion thing is a love story. It's Disney could not write this father to son love story. Like, this man believed in his son so much that he moved mountains to make sure that his son was able to get what was necessary. So I wouldn't do it, but yeah.
Moving mountains, move to the mountains. And this player right here is monumental. And he recently came out and said this statement that sent shockwaves through the internet, staying in the same realm as Colorado players. But James, I want you to call facts or cap on this. Travis Hunter says he's never playing football again if he can't play wide receiver and cornerback in the NFL. Quote, it's never playing football again because I've been doing it my whole life. I feel like I could be dominant on each side of the ball. Now, James, do you really think Travis will never play football again if teams will not give him the opportunity to play both sides of the ball in the NFL, or is he just talking?
I think he's just talking, but I know this. I think he's just talking because I don't think anybody is paying attention to this shit. They're gonna draft him, and if you don't want to ever play football again, then you just won't play football again. They're gonna. Here's what I don't think people realize: when they draft Travis Hunter, he's an extremely talented player, right? You're not drafting a number 1 wide receiver. You're also not drafting a number 1 corner. You might be drafting your number one kick returner or punt returner, but you're not drafting anybody who is going to dynamically. He's going to make your team better, but he won't dynamically alter your depth chart. And I know that's everybody's going to take that out of context and not going to understand what I'm saying. But I'll use the Jags as an example. Actually, he'll be the number 2 receiver with the Jags. Nah, Gabe Davis is still here. He's not better than Gabe. He'll be number 3. Just because of the way they needed Gabe Davis, you got to have a guy that can move the chains. He's not better than Brian Thomas Jr. at wide receiver. I don't think he's better than I can't think of my guy's name right now. Corner from Georgia. He's not better than Tyson Campbell. Like right now, he's not better than Tyson Campbell. Can he be? Yes, but he's not. I'd argue he's not. He'd be the number 3 corner for the Jags. And that's us at 5 because I don't think he goes past us. But if he tells the Jags, I'm not playing if you draft because you drafted me, you're not playing me both ways, I'm not going to play you. So, drafting him, do you think the Jags have Super Bowl potential right now? I don't. I don't really know if they draft anybody, they'll be automatically in the Super Bowl. So, like, you're not going to change in that top 10. You're not going to change the fortunes of whoever picks you. Now, once you drop past the top, if you drop, which is not going to happen, by the way, if you drop past the top 20, these are the good teams. You think the Eagles give a fuck about your opinion of playing both ways? No. And the crazy part is, like, this is why they say it's $1 million slaves. They own you, boy. They own your rights. So if you don't want to play, it's not as simple as you just playing somewhere else. It's not college where you can just leave. And that's where things get hairy. But it is his right to do whatever he wants to do with his body, his choice. I just don't think it's going to happen in the manner in which he believes it's going to happen. My opinion.
This quarterback has been in the news for the past 2 weeks. The topics around his situation speaks to the larger problems / dilemmas with the NIL landscape, and we're here to give you some updates on Nico Iamaleava within the transfer portal. So the initial leaders in the acquisition of Nico was reported to be UCLA, UNC, and Tulane.
Oh no! Wait a minute. I thought he had a crystal ball to North Carolina.
Unk is out of the mix.
Hey, did you see the meme? Somebody say this is. I'm gonna say this to my nephew. Unk is out. UNC is out. I got news for you. What if I told you? Like, I gotta start. We gotta get that that ESPN, the old school 30 for 30. The guy used to. What if I told you? None of these motherfuckers was in the mix, man. And this is all fucking propaganda that's being manufactured to make a story a bigger story than what it is. The real story is that these motherfuckers is teaching this some bitch a lesson. And rightfully, that's their right. His right is to know you again. His dad thought that he was again, the problem is I'm not worried about the fruitopianness of the young bulls because we finding out that everybody's dad in the 80s on TVs was gay anyway. Carl Winslow, the dude from Heathcliff Huxtable's dad was gay. I told y'all, man, it was the 80s. The dude who's looked the most like a bitch was getting all the bitches, like Charlie Murphy says. But these young bulls are like, just because you gay doesn't mean you're not a man. These young bulls are acting like bad bitches. And the problem with bad bitches is that they don't realize that the market dictates the terms. I'm single because I wanted to be. No, wrong. You're single because nobody wants you and your attitude. That's what Nico's going through. And he's going to have to take less money. Now, if he comes and says, I want to play for, he said he want to play for $500, man, come on over to Florida State. Come on in and fix yourself something cold to drink. That's what I'll tell him. 2.5, 4, anything over $750,000, fuck that kid. And he's just he overplayed his hand. He's in a bad spot.
Now, teams are requesting his value to be lowered. Multiple schools are only interested in the former Tennessee QB if he lowers his asking price to around $1 million. The price has gone down, like James was mentioning. Next.
I also just believe it's a lie. Because if you know, like, again, just one time, NCAA. It's two things. NCAA, just one time. Investigate the reporter who's saying that shit. I want to know, or if it's North Carolina, we believe that you were flirting and leading with money, which is illegal. We need to see your text messages. Between Nico and his camp, we want to subpoena these shits. And if the state of Florida, if you're using a phone provided by the school, that is state property. I want to know what was on that. Don't let me get real in this shit. And I'm going to start using Freedom of Information Act because I want to know if this is real or not. I need to see the text messages. Or you fucking lying. Drop names or you lying. What schools want them for $1 million? Make these people have to start saying, nah, that ain't me, homie. We don't want that motherfucker. Because I think you're lying. I know you're lying. Not a thing. I know you're lying. Because if you know that much information, you don't talk. Those who know don't say, and those who say typically do not know.
All right, one last thing to wrap up this college segment before we have to run through some NFL topics. But some players have joined a suit to completely dismantle NCAA eligibility rules. First, it was Diego Pavia. We talked about him. 5 seasons removed from high school, suing for an extra year and potentially 2 at Vanderbilt. And Pavia did so under the argument that the National Junior College Athletic Association is separate from the NCAA, and his 2 years at New Mexico Military Institute should not count towards his 4-year eligibility. Now we got Corey Coley Jr., Ryan Smith, Trajan DeVones, and Cam Bergeron and J.J. Jones. Those 5 players, all who completed their college careers in North Carolina, spent their entire careers at the FBS level, but are suing for more time. Coley, an NC State quarterback, filed his suit back in February. Smith and DeVons and Bergeron and Jones have filed lawsuits arguing the NCAA is unfairly applying the 4-year eligibility clock for them. So Smith has lettered in 5 seasons and appeared in 56 games from 2020 to 2024. DeVons is suing for his 7th season of college football. He played 2019 through 2023 at Rice, then played 10 games for Duke last season. Bergeron appeared in 46 games at Duke from 2021 to 2024, and Jones played in 47 games over that span. Just to shorten things up, the suit argues that the plaintiffs are unlikely to be drafted but could stand to make money if they return to school. Jones made $100,000 last year, and could earn $500 if he returns, while the other 3 have $150K offers if eligible. So if the suit goes to trial, it would be interesting to hear what happens to the veterans of 40-plus games were not afforded. So, James, what do you think about these other players suing the NCAA for their faulty eligibility rules? And do you think this could stick?
I need you to get off your ass, go out there, and get you a job. Job. The word for the day, job. J-O-B. Job. Get your ass out there and go get a job. I get it. You got to taste of some good money. And you know the prospects of you getting that kind of good money are slim and none. And somebody wants to afford you to pay for this. But what I don't like is is this happening because you're gonna lose the momentum for the actual real issues. So it's kind of like when people scream racism for everything. I'm like, no, that wasn't racism. That was just you bad. You just wasn't shit. Like, that's why you got, like, they were racist. They pulled me over. You had 3 bricks in the back of your trunk, brother. Like, they maybe, but like, this ain't the time. Like, you'll fuck up the actual real, what it was meant for. What I believe that now only one person is, I believe they should give you, if it shouldn't be 5 to play 4. It should just be 5 with maybe 2 years of you being injured. You can apply for a medical red shirt, excuse me. Outside of that, all of this other stuff is just, you just try to take advantage of the system, or allow the NCAA, the Power 4, or the NCAA, or whoever the managing group is, to separate from everybody else and allow them to get antitrust. And then when you get that, you can do a they can enforce rules. They can also collectively bargain, and then you'll probably sew up a lot of this shit. The problem is that they just didn't do a great job of enforcing the rules and the penalties, and now people are taking advantage of it. Once you get sued once and lose, everybody starts attacking you because now you have case law. And I think it's like why I always tell people, like, just do the right thing and you ain't got to worry about all this shit. The problem is they're incapable of doing the right thing because they got too lazy, and now they don't care.
Going to move on to the NFL, run through these topics, and to make sure we get to our big Games BS portion of the segment. We're starting home today in the 904 with this quote from our new head coach, Liam Cohen. So thanks to your homegirl, James, Mia O'Brien. She posted this tweet, got 70,000 views, so it's pretty popping. But she said, quote, if the Jaguars had to line up today, Liam Cohen said, quote, you naturally go to Parker Washington, Diami Brown as second and third options in receiving game, followed by Brenton Strange and the running backs. Those are guys we're going to spotlight. So, James, what do you think about the current state of the receiving corps in the Jacksonville Jaguars organization?
I was wrong about Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter immediately comes and he's our number 2. I don't want Parker Washington Parker Washington as the 4th guy. Okay, I'm cool with that. Brown, man, damn, Carr hit the portal for Miami. It's gonna be some wild people hit the portal too for Florida State. So Florida State, we might have to do a portal show later. But I'm not very, because this made me not feel good about Liam. I'm not gonna just tell you, man, Parker Washington. Like, no, fuck Parker Washington. Like, he's probably a good person, but he's not the person that I want to be my number 2. I can promise you that. Brenton Strange is a better tight end than people give him credit for, but I do want a better tight end. I do believe you can get something out of the running backs. Now, if you're going to highlight your running backs more in the passing game, then I think that's different. I think that would be good.
Like you said, definitely did not give a lot of Jags fans any type of confidence in the wide receiver room with those names on that list. But moving forward to a former Jacksonville Jaguar, we are discussing Jalen Ramsey. So the Dolphins and 7-time Pro Bowler, 3-time first-team All-Pro and future Hall of Famer, 30-year-old Jalen Ramsey are mutually set to explore trade options with Miami, and it wouldn't be surprised if he played elsewhere in 2025. Miami and Ramsey do $25.1 million fully guaranteed this season could be parting ways. And this is what the GM, Chris Grier, had to say about the situation. These are the potential landing spots for Jalen Ramsey as he decides to explore his options within the NFL. Oh, dang. For some reason, the audio was not playing. But just to recap the video, the GM of the Miami Dolphins, excuse me, let me pull this back up. The GM of the Miami Dolphins, Chris Grier, said, quote, "We decided that it was probably in the best interest for all parties to move forward, that Jalen did not request a trade, but that there was some inconsistency between the organization and Jalen's camp." I'm pretty sure he's represented by Uncle Dave James, if I'm not mistaken. But James, where would you like to see Jalen Ramsey land from these 5 teams? Commanders, going back to the Rams, Niners, Falcons, and my personal favorite, the Ravens.
I think if he went to the Ravens, I think it's time for him to shift to safety. And maybe periodically at corner, because I think he's not the same.
You know who said that as well?
Who?
Asante Samuel on Twitter.
I mean, when you lose like his game is his strength and his speed and his quickness. And he's lost that. And that's what Rod Woodson and a lot of other greats have done. He goes there, goes to a Ravens, makes them better. It'll be tough though, because he would have to play. He's used to man. So like he would have to learn how to be patient in the zone scheme. At safety, it doesn't matter. You're playing a zone. Like you're not a man guy. And I think that's what he needs to go to. So like, I hope the best for him.
Imagine him and Kyle Hamilton as your safeties. Ooh. Man, that would be scary for sure, for sure. Hopefully he does get a chance to go with the Ravens. And we got this funny video of Jameis right here doing a viral TikTok dance to Doechie's song Anxiety, and a special food item animal had made an appearance in this, and Jameis is really for the content nowadays. So I just wanted to share this with you all.
Wait till he just goes full time, just media.
For sure, for sure. So enjoy this video, you guys.
Okay. All right. Okay. I thought he was the crab.
Me too.
So like to see Jameis doing this is better. Okay. All right. I'm cool.
And it wasn't funny when the crab was doing it.
Yeah, with Jameis. Dog, I'm gonna be honest with you. You can take the crab out of that.
Yeah.
And Jameis doing this immediately, just him coming out like that just immediately made it funny, dog.
Oh man, he needs a career as a comedic actor.
Yo, let him be a sportscaster, and he needs to start making random appearances in movies as the friend. Like, but don't write him. Just give him situations, and just let him be him. Like, because it's going to be clean. It's not going to be anything over the top. And just be like, all right, Jameis, here's the scene. James comes in after a hard day, parenting, and he needs a pick-me-up. Give him your best friend speech. And then Jameis just go with it. Or like I remember in dodgeball, which we all found out, which is tough because we all found out that Lance Armstrong was a fraud. But when he comes in, he says, one time I gave up too. But, that was after I had testicular cancer and I did this, and that, and blah, blah, blah. And then I just, this. But I'm sure the reason why you have to do something is good. Like, have him talk about, like, we all mess up. I messed up once. I was taking crab legs. I did some delicious crab legs from out of Publix. And just all these different, just something like that. It's like the dude's facing life and he's giving him a motivational speech that he can get out of this because of what he had to deal with crab legs. I think it would be hilarious. Don't talk about that lion hoe. Like, don't give her no love. But like, Jameis is just hilarious naturally.
Definitely hilarious. Wanted to share that with y'all. And we got some news coming out of America's team, Dallas. So they're gonna have a retirement for one of the greats, left tackle Tyron Smith. So I'm gonna read you some stats. 5-time All-Pro, 8-time Pro Bowler, NFL 2010s All-Decade Team, All-Rookie Team in 2011, and he was the 9th overall pick back in 2011. He played 13 seasons in Dallas before his final season with the Jets, and he's set to sign a one-day contract and retire as one of the organization's all-time greats. Man, shout out to Tyron for having an exceptional career. Playing for 13 seasons is such a hard feat, and man, enjoy the fruits of your labor. Next, James, he's on our banned list. Banned parlays, banned positive social media posts, and the Ravens GM feels the same. Ravens GM Eric DeCosta is non-committal about tight end Mark Andrews remaining on the team ahead of the upcoming NFL draft. Quote, he's a great player, and we're in the business of keeping as many great players as we can. So there's always a lot of unpredictability with the draft. You just never know. The Ravens would save $7 million in cap room by trading Andrews while taking on $9.9 million in dead money.
I take the dead money. He's dead to me. Bump him, man. That's what the GM basically just said. He almost got all of us fired. Like, man, bro. Like, how you drop that, man?
That drop, that fumbled, and with likely two coming through the ranks, proving himself even more and more. I do think they may shift from Andrews and hope for the best. And I think it'll be what the city wants, what the city needs.
Yeah, it might be good for everybody to get a new change of scenery. Because I wonder like how he goes about like shopping in Baltimore. Like, I just want, it's already a tough city to understand the language, but when everybody's mad at you, like, imagine how an angry Baltimore accent sounds. Like it's like all the tough scenes, the shooting scenes in The Wire is your life now. Like, you, hey, you, what you doing, you? Like, and I just, the Baltimore accent. I couldn't even date a Baltimore. Like, there's nothing sexy about a Baltimore accent.
Definitely one of the worst accents in America. I'm trying to think what's worse than Baltimore in America. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah,
like, it's just too, like, it's not. Everything is an ew in Baltimore, man. New York women, like, sometimes a little too strong in their voice. Nothing's as good as a New Orleans accent, though. Them women just sound like everything is a suggestion. Baby.
To cap off our NFL segment for today.
This dude, Primetime Matt, gonna put, he like Jess Hilarious' voice. You like Jess Hilarious' body after what she done got done to it. Her accent is terrible. Like, you don't like Jess. You ain't like Jess Hilarious when she was just Jess. Like, you got to get some money. Like, money make everybody look good. Like, ain't none of it. Like, Oprah's more attractive now than she was when she was in the beginning. Like, because she was ugly when she first started.
Nah, I think Stedman did it right, man. Cap.
She has some moments like where she's like,
Wait, the current one?
nah, the ugly one, like
Oh,
shit.
Leslie.
Leslie, yeah.
Yeah.
Leslie got a body, dog.
She do.
Like her body, when she said something so wild, Leslie said, I would be the one that's like they just breed the breeding Negro.
Right, exactly.
And I'm like, she's not wrong about that. She just has really strong facial features. And it's not a lot that brings out. And then when what's the How to Get Away with Murder lady? Viola Davis has a movie where she's the president, G20. It sucks because Viola Davis did one movie where she was an action chick and she keep doing this. She trying to keep the body in shape. Like, Viola, that's not what you do. She puts on a lot of makeup and it looks bad. And like, it's hard to like, yeah, I got it. And also they paired her wrong. She got the wrong husband, like my guy, former fat guy that's now skinny, the blackish guy, Anthony Anderson. Oh, you don't remember Anthony? Anthony Anderson used to be an old little fluffy comedic actor.
I haven't seen him.
Oh man, he lost a lot of weight for Blackish. Yeah, but like she but yeah, Leslie's like the type of woman that you would hit after like a lot of tequila, but you would not want anybody to tell you. Like you wouldn't tell nobody. You like you would get mad if she brought up, like if y'all having a convo and your friends are picking on her, and she's like, I was with Jaden. Bitch, no, you wasn't. Like you'd be like, but I think she's good though. Because I ain't talking about sex. Ugly women, like sometimes, they know what they gotta do to try to compete. So like they working harder, man. They like getting active, and at the same time, it's probably scary when she grunting and shit. But her body is bad. Like, when I knew her body was bad, because remember a couple years ago they had the leaks of all the celebrities' nudes, right?
Whoa, yeah,
she was one of them, and she
guess how old she is.
50 something.
Yeah, she's 57.
Oh wow!
I would have never guessed.
Like I gotta see a picture of her because she could be like, remember I was telling y'all, Cicely Tyson was bad at one point in her life, though, but she's been old since all of us were young. So we didn't get a chance to know the pretty Cicely. We only know the old Cicely Tyson with the strong old woman face. Oh God. Take that shit off the fucking screen. Those are not good pictures. Which one? The old chunky face? That one, okay. Oh, all right. I didn't see that one. See, right there, she give me the little blue steel face.
Yeah.
That was not bad. The left with her hair, that's not bad.
Woo.
That's not bad. Like if you keep going over. Like that one, right? Never mind. My bad. It wasn't bad when it was small. Like when you blew it up, it got a little worse. That one's good right there. I don't really need to zoom in. We good right there.
Yeah, that one's great.
Like, what's that one in the middle? The black and white. I think that's black and white. That's not bad.
No, not at all. Actually, that's cute. No.
Have y'all seen the SNL skit where her and Peter Dinklage was doing like a Naked and Afraid spinoff? It was hilarious. Y'all need to watch that.
Wait a minute. It was called what?
You know Naked and Afraid, right?
I thought you said a nigga and afraid.
No. Naked and Afraid. They did a spinoff. It was hilarious.
Hey, I'm not gonna hold you. not SNL couldn't do it, but if Mad TV would do that, I think it would be hilarious if they would have done that in their prom. Nigga and Afraid, like put me in Ponte Vedra at night with a sheriff behind me, and I'm gonna be a little afraid. Like Leslie got some stuff like, you know. Oh, she hooped. Oh, I know she like women there, so that makes her even more attractive. It could get, again, you got to think when you with Leslie, you got to think of the fun you gonna have. That's all you could do, man. Wendy Williams was fine. Now, Wendy Williams, when I know Wendy Williams, man. Wendy Williams was Wendell. I have always thought she was a transmission. Wendell Williams was an All-American defensive end for Rutgers in the 80s. Wendy got the one man that can get her, and that man got her. And when he could go find, once the money dried up, he went and got him a new young bitch and took the bread and bounced. He did what every woman, what every bad bitch dreams of. He lived her fantasy. Oh, wow. That's a random phone call from somebody I haven't heard from in years.
We're going to transition to our Big Games BS segment for you guys to finish off this show. Coming up on the 2-hour mark here, get into some good stuff. Starting in the baseball world. I saw you repost this, James, and I saw this as well. But the MLB has a lifetime pass. So Jason Grilly used his MLB lifetime pass to take his son to see Paul Skeens pitch. Every MLB player with 8 years of service time, in parentheses, and front office staff with 25 years get a lifetime pass. You just go to the ticket counter and they give you the best seats available. Now I saw Josh Hart tweet this and talk about the NBA needs to implement this. You mentioned something about football implementing this, but how cool was this to see that the MLB gives back to their former players and for the former staff members?
I think that's so cool, man. Like, you know, not everybody made the big, like everybody sees the big money contracts and just thinks every baseball player made a ton of money, and that's just not true. You know, if you, a lot of them, like, again, don't get me wrong, $500,000 is $500,000, but like that's what some of those, that's the minimum, I believe, in baseball. And but like to be able to play 8 years means, you know, you put in some work. And I think, you know, being like, you know, no matter where you live, there is no real rivalries on the pro side. Yes, there's rivalries, but like you lived in, like, you could get traded to your rival. Like, it's not like a lot to it. Like, so, you know, I think it's a good thing. And I think the Jags do it to a certain extent. The Jaguars have this thing called the Jaguar ambassadors. So they can bring up to, I believe, like 2 or 3 people with them. And the Jaguar Stadium has the clubs, right? So you're able to sit there and like you sit inside, you can walk outside, there's lounge chairs and stuff like that. And they got it, the Jaguar ambassadors, they do have to go to the box suites and they have to go talk to the people who pay for the suites. Just, you know, just to say, hey, I appreciate you, and walk around. I think it's a great perk that they use for guys who want to come back and do some things. I think it's a great thing that a university or anybody could like really use to encourage bringing the old guys back, which is, especially when you suck, that's what fans look for, nostalgia. So you should like legitimately, like, you know, this is what you should legitimately like look for. So that's what I think.
Moving on from the baseball world, gonna talk about basketball for a quick recap. So Netflix is creating a new documentary. Man, the name so simple but yet so effective, titled Shooting Guards, and this is premiering May 6th. So they're going to dive into the details on what really happened between Gilbert Arenas and Javaris Crittenton, the real Jawick, if you will. So we're going to play this trailer and let us know what you think in the comments, y'all.
see what's funny. I'm gonna watch that because I didn't realize that's what happened. I didn't even know who it was. I just thought it was like a gambling thing, and Gilbert Arenas had his gun for it. Like that's what I thought. I didn't know what all actually happened. But I know I've always said that what everybody no sound. There was no sound. Oh, okay. Nice. Everything that that's why I don't have a problem with Ja Witt. Did you see what JJ Redick said when the first thing happened with Ja? Like, I have a problem when people aren't consistent. And you tell me, what about the youth? Who has more influence and has more power? A senator or an NBA basketball player? A governor or an NBA basketball player? You have pictures all the time of, and I'm a Republican. We have Republicans that love to post pictures of them with their children holding AKs and ARs and their family Christmas tree picture. Look at my beautiful American family and repping our 2 A-Rots. And it's cool. But like, okay, Ja did it in a strip club. Nobody got hurt. Ja does this in a basketball game. He's influencing the youth. He's going to make Memphis youth shoot more than they normally shoot already. Mind you, Memphis been wild since well before Ja came on this planet. Like, we got all hustle and flow. Memphis rap group had a song that I still love. I wish they literally banned it from being played in clubs because it was so violent, called Tear the Club Up. Gilbert Arenas was really, and when I hear Gilbert Arenas being the voice of reason with Ja Morant, maybe we should all just, you know what? Let's listen to him. Like, and people say Ja's not trying to be a goon at all. I got news for you. Goons aren't the only people who carry guns. Just because you, like, again, it's amazing what Black culture has been reduced to, that we can show the same picture with 2 different people, in, like, we can show with anybody who's non-Black and show a picture with a Black person doing the same thing, and you're going to have a ill version of that. I have ARs, I have AKs, I have HKs, I have all these different things. I've talked about it on the show. I love guns. There's videos of me shooting them. If I post a picture of me and my son right now with him holding one of my guns safely and me posting it, I may have some people who say, oh, that's good bonding. But if I get in trouble, the first thing they're going to do is show a video of me flexing my Second Amendment rights with my son. Your perception is not reality. Perception is only reality to losers. Reality is reality. The facts are, here are the facts. I don't know if Ja Morant has never been arrested for anything violent or anything criminal from what I understand, unless I'm not mistaken. Now, his family apparently pointed guns at a bus with the lasers. You know who needs to handle, but you know what didn't happen with that? It was no arrest made. So I don't know if it happened, don't know if it didn't happen, but I know Ja Morant ain't out here slapping bitches. And if a kid, like, it's the same people who blame video games for violence. It's the same people who say you can catch the gay. Killers kill. I've grown up with killers. And you know what I didn't do? I have yet to kill anybody. Some in them is a little bit different than that's in me. But I'm now interested in this documentary about why this dude felt the need to be a multimillionaire and shoot somebody. You know what I'm doing if I make a certain, I don't even have to make millions of dollars. The minute I make $250,000, I'm hiring security. I'm hiring a driver. I don't need $250,000 to live. I already know this. But what I can do is like, I know I talk a lot and there's some people on social media that say they want, and I know what premeditated means. So there might be some people that I want to get because they've already talked shit, and now we can go get them legally. I'm going to have my guns to shoot. And to be honest with you, too, you can have as many. I like to collect guns because you can have as many guns as you want to. You're one person and you can only shoot, you can only shoot one really accurately at a time. And I'm not trying to go to jail. If I go to jail, I'll have a smile on my face because I know why I'm going and I earned that shit. Somebody does something to my son, somebody does something to my family, I'll go, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do this time as long as I can. But like this shit that y'all, again, that's all I was saying. Like y'all think what y'all think Ja is, we got real motherfuckers who are Ja. Like, but I do like the landmine thing. No, my bad. That should be the next one. I don't know if he can do a landmine. How do you do a land? He should do a landmine celebration. I don't know how you do it, but like, or just take the ball after he's like dunks and just like roll it and then just jump like he just threw a grenade, like he just rolled a flash ball or some shit like that. Like, I don't know. But that shit look interesting though. I didn't know that guy was, because that guy looked like he's still crazy.
No, he murdered somebody not too long ago.
Wait a minute, again?
What? Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up for you.
Hold up. He killed somebody first. That's what got him in jail.
Oh, wait, no. My bad.
Oh, say no. Keep this man is a menace. Don't let him out.
Here, my bad. It's loading. Let me pull it up. So, he was charged with murder in the death of Julian Jones in 2011. He later pleaded guilty to manslaughter and was sentenced to prison, but he was eventually released from prison in 2023. And Julian Jones was a 22-year-old woman.
Oh, he shot a woman. Wait a minute. When was Gil Arenas? I thought I was in college when that gun thing happened with Gil Arenas.
Yeah, this is two separate. Well, I feel like he's probably taking like the blame for how his life spiraled, but I think the gun situation was like, because Gilbert was he was on Orlando like 09. So it had to be like, like around like 05, 04, maybe.
Gilbert might be a terrible person.
No, he was for sure.
No, it's like
for sure.
No, but have you heard about like again, fake tough guy, guy from Savannah, Kwame Brown? Have you heard about like Gil came and talked about like he's like, nah, I didn't mess up Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown messed up. Kwame Brown blames Gil Arenas too. That's why I'm like, y'all got to stop listening to some of these people. Kwame Brown is a man who lacks accountability for being a bust. It doesn't mean like, but to be considered a bust, you had to at one time be good. But like, he blames Gil, but like now you got Gil making grown men cry and want to get traded. Gil making murderers. Like, and it's just funny to see Gil does look like he's an asshole. His smile do give asshole vibes, but fun asshole vibes if he's your friend.
Right, exactly.
Like if he's not your friend, it's like, yo, I'm gonna whoop your ass, man. I get it. I love his show.
Yeah, I just want to, Miles, make sure sound is working when we play this. But this is our OG Wildland segment of today. Man, you're 50. How old is Cameron? So I can get this right.
Cam got to be in his 50s.
He has to be 50, right? Cameron, 49 years of age.
Yeah. Because, like, you got to think. So, Cam came on the scene when Cam and Mace both was like 18. So, they was fresh. Which is, again, it's hard to like, how much of a drug dealer were you when you was like also really a really good hooper? Apparently him and Mace were like amazing hoopers.
Yeah, they went to state championship. I think he was committed. He got an offer, was committed to Miami, Cameron.
That's wild. But then they both went to rap early. So, and I was in 7th grade. Yeah, because Mace blew up when Big died. No, that would make them, yeah, that's about that's about right. They would have been like around that. Now that I think about it, yeah. So I was like 12, 13 when Horse and Carriage and all that stuff came out.
Yeah, we're gonna do something right quick to make sure the video's sound playing. I think when it was just muted from my screen, but we're gonna pull it up on the monitor right here, and then we're gonna get it shared with you. So just to give a little background of this, Cameron says a girl hid his shoes and clothes to stop him from leaving. Now, Cameron's gonna be 50 next year on February 4th, and should 50-year-olds be going through this situation right now? So we're going to get this shared with you all. If you guys did not know, Cameron has his podcast, him and Mace, the It Is What It Is show. And I guess the girl told him it is what it is when she hid his clothes and trying to prevent him from leaving.
They matched. All right. So there's a saying in the meme, and it's been true. My dick is taking me places that SWAT wouldn't go. And this is one of those situations right here. All right. You don't even need to hear. Bump the sound. Play it again. Like, just put it on mute on our end because I want y'all to see. Can y'all hear me is the question. Because if you can hear me, this is all you need to hear. Like, but because I'll narrate this shit. Cam is in the, just mute Cam. Cam is in the apartments. Cam is rich, and Cam talks about, I don't date women unless they can of a certain echelon, which is no fun. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, no, let me rephrase it. That sounded awful. Men date horizontal and down all the time. Women are the only people who believe they date up. They horizontal and up. And Cam can get, so what happens is it leaves us a bigger window of whatever we can get. So women make their window a lot smaller. But I would never be in this position. Like, bro is in the, like, that is concrete. That is to help shield bullets, people from bullets. Like, this is people who get government housing. This is like not a lot of money to stay here, Cam. Like, I have no sympathy for you. She might have been, now I do subscribe to you only play away games and neutral site games. But at a certain point, you literally should only play neutral site games. Like, you could have changed this bitch's life. You didn't even have to get no Ritz-Carlton. You could have put her in a La Quinta, and she would have been happy as a clam, and for just to be in a hotel. And you walking up, there's no elevator, bro. You either, hey, you know, I get it, dog. Like, sometimes you get those really big checks, and like you be in between checks, and like you don't really got. It's not that you're cash strapped at that moment. I don't know if you was cash strapped, bro, but this is you found this bitch on Backpage. This is what I'm saying. This is Craig and Day Day's apartments. Like, this is not safe. You shouldn't be filming no video like this, bro. Like you should be getting robbed at this point. Where does Cam live? Does Cam live in that definitely does look like, I don't know what apartments look like in other states, but that do look like some Florida apartments.
Yeah.
But damn, I know that ain't Vegas. Actually, you know what? I don't know anything about Vegas outside the Strip, so that could be Vegas. My brother in Christ, is everything okay? Yeah, you wilding, OG. You wilding right now. You too old to be doing this shit. Like this some young pussy he going after. No, they say he lives in Lauderdale. I guess when do they film seasons of the show, like, or do they like?
They maybe filmed seasons because I know they were shooting the show in one of the hotel lobbies in Vegas. It is what it is, but yeah, I don't know where they live, but I just know where they shot some episodes of the show at. But yeah, did not know that. But gonna leave today's episode of Big Games B.S. on a high note. We got this video right here of this son gifting his dad a truck after his dad's truck broke down. And you can see how much this dad appreciated his son giving him this truck.
Buy your mama a house, your daddy a car, and me a watch when you make it. And I was like, but don't, they were like, I was like, don't get it twisted. Now the watches that I want are, I want an Audemars Piguet. I want a like really nice watch. Like that's my dream. Like but like, again, one day, and just some of the things that I'm dealing with, like people don't realize, like my daddy, again, I'm gonna say my daddy ain't shit. I've been consistent with that, right? Is everybody ever like, have I ever just went around and just said, man, you know, I love I don't even tell my dad I love him. Because it's not that I don't really know what I have, but he's different. He was not a good father at all. I don't want any inclinations of that. But I can never subscribe to black men ain't good fathers. And Paul's like very consistent. So that's my mother. But what I mean by that is I have Herbert Bailey. I call him Paul. That's my goddad. And my godbrother Steven, he's married to Kelly Bailey. Paul coached me like I coach my sons. Him and Tony Lightbourne both, and he was married to my other godmother, Pam. Those men coached me in basketball. They coached me in the 1 year I failed in playing baseball. They coached me in a lot of different things. And they were like fathers to me. They weren't my father, but they were like fathers to me. I coached Joe Nixon, saved my life. I don't know, again, like I don't know what he's like to his kids, but I know to me, he's like a father to me. Jesse Solomon. I've had a lot of good, strong black men be great fathers to me, and it would be disrespectful to them if I were to only use the example that I had with my own father to say that black men aren't good fathers. I highlight the good ones. But this is why you do it. Like good ones, they don't ask for nothing in return. For the most part, all they ask you to do is just shows, like any good man will give you the world if all you do is show a little appreciation. Instead, a lot of, because you hear so much bad. I'm sure it's like this for white people too, and I apologize if I don't know what it's like to be white. I didn't grow up white. Complexion's a little lighter at times, but they never invited me to the family reunions for the side that was having a good time with the women in my life. My women ancestors, excuse me. Because if I didn't have any white in me, I'd be dark as 10:30 at night, like my daddy. But I'm not. But this man right here, Like, did you tell that this son, he didn't ask for this? He wasn't looking for nothing. He was just being what he was doing what his obligation was. And when it changed, when this changed, like his son was able to make it, he rewarded his father. And it was crazy. And I don't need to do my my mom did. It's Irish in me somewhere. Like, hell, my great granddaddy looked like a goddamn Irishman. He could have passed. Big Daddy could have passed, but Big Daddy would tell you he was a proud nigger. Like, still don't know why Big Daddy left Savannah or Penny Farms, and him and his brother lived in the middle of the night with the family and moved to New Jersey. Again, I know there's some bad stories about him, but it's got to be they killed some white man. Is what we starting to. It's kind of what half came out, and they just left. they just left. It doesn't make sense why they left, but they just left, man. And it's like I said, man. Kudos to this man. Kudos to this kid from for doing this. And that I would rather be called a nigger than that. Yeah, listen, Nagra, like that, because it sounds like you combining you just do it just enough to get past it. I'd rather you be all the way in or all the way out. But like them old people, like that shit was funny, dog. Actually, Billy Bob Thornton. Is it Billy Bob Thornton? Yeah, he played something with Mos Def. He played such a good racist that it almost made me hate him. I just see the reels. It is like Billy Bob wasn't really the racist. It was his dad that was the racist. And he was trying to appease his father. And his son was hanging out with these black boys. And then he came over and he shot the shotgun, like, get off my property, now get. And was that what it was? Mos Def was in Monsters Ball?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like,
I never watched Monsters Ball. I just seen the scene. It is Monsters Ball that Mos Def was in? I didn't realize he was in Monsters Ball. Damn. He played, Mos Def got a good old Southern accent. Black man Southern accent. He nailed that. Yeah. Yeah. Damn. Wow. Anyways, man, that's Wednesday's show. Today is the transfer portal, spring portal window. Should see a lot of people entering this. We actually got a Mandarin kid entering it. But I already knew about that. Should be exciting. Listen, don't get too high, don't get too low. Just remember, these kids are making the best decision that they know how to make with the information that was presented with them, and it still could be good or bad decisions. Just know, if you were in the same situation or if you had another kid in the same situation, you would be yeah, he fucked her for real. Yo, so actually I just thought about something. What was it? What's the girl name? She played damn, I can't think of her name. She one of the fine black actresses. I know I just narrowed it down. Well, we know it's not Leslie. Shit. She played in Empire. She was Cookie in Empire. Yeah, Taraji. So Taraji was talking about, it was Ghost. It wasn't Taraji, it was somebody else. But they would be having sexual scenes. And you gotta do it, and then the guy was so respectful like that when he was getting excited, because you're doing this, but you know that. And then she would say something, she would talk like a child or something to him, and it would just, it would like, and she would say something, and she would just be like, and then he was like, I'm sorry. And I'm just like, man, that's why that's the real entertainers and social media and flirting and doing all the other stuff is one thing. I talk cash money shit. I could never be an actor like that though. And be in a relationship or act. I can't, man. These women is fine. I'm sorry, dog. Like man, listen, bro. Like, what's the girl, Halle Bailey or something like that? Halle, like she was one of the singers. She was in the she was in a TV show or a movie with Buddy from Snowfall. And they got a video of him, boy, I'm clapping for you. Get me, if I'm that age and we working, put it in the contract, dog, pay us more, do whatever she got to do, dog. I'm not getting that close and not clapping, dog. I'm not doing all that to not clap. It's a lot of work, bro. It's not fair. It's not fair. I'm sorry. I ain't that good of a person. So, anyways, man, that's like y'all made me think about Halle Berry got her cheeks clapped. And that's fucked up because Billy Bob Thornton was part of the cheek clapping. And he didn't get no Oscar. So she got an Oscar for getting her cheek because she didn't get it for Dorothy Dandridge when she acted her ass off. She got it for getting her cheeks clapped. And Billy Bob was the cheek clapper. So if she got that, he should have got the Oscar for cheek clapping, for cheek busting. Or something, right? Wouldn't that make sense? I don't know, man. But anyways, appreciate y'all for chopping it up with me. We will see you guys next time.